Hello and welcome to Rajya Sabha News. I'm Tina Jha. Let's begin with the headlines. The country will soon get a national tourism policy. Union Minister Prahlad Singh Patel tells Rajya Sabha during the discussion on the working of tourism ministry, says despite the impact of the pandemic, target of doubling the number of foreign tourist arrivals will be achieved by 2024. Amid rising cases of COVID-19 in the country, Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu appeals to all MPs to adhere to strict COVID-19 protocols. And the Chairman also appeals for enhancing productivity of the House, asks members to confine themselves to the subject matter during zero-hour submissions, emphasizes that allegations and counter-allegations do not address real issues. Tourism Minister Prahlad Singh Patel has said that the country will soon have a national tourism policy. Replying to the discussion on the working of the tourism ministry, the minister said, despite the fact that 2020 was a zero year, he is confident that the number of foreign tourists will double by the year 2024. The tourism minister also thanked the domestic tourists, saying that they supported Indian tourism in these testing times.
और टूरिज्म पॉलिसी हमने सारे राज्यों को पहुंचाई है, सारे स्टेक होल्डर्स को पहुंचाई है। 1 महीने के आसपास हो गया है। बहुत जल्दी हमारी कोशिश होगी, क्योंकि लगातार जो प्रश्न उठते हैं उसी बात पर उठते हैं कि अगर टूरिज्म पॉलिसी बनेगी कि नहीं बनेगी। पर मुझे लगता है कि इस बदलाव के बाद जो पॉलिसी बनेगी वो दुनिया में वही स्थान प्राप्त करने के लिए बनेगी जो भारत का लक्ष्य है। और हम पूरा विश्वास करते हैं कि 2014 में हम 65वें स्थान से 5 वर्षों में 34वें स्थान पर आए थे। हमारी यात्रा 34 में से 1 नंबर की जानी थी। 1 वर्ष 0 वर्ष हो गया, लेकिन उपसभापति जी, मेरा भरोसा है देश की जनता पर, यहाँ की संस्कृति पर, यहाँ के मूल्यों पर, हमारे देश के नेतृत्व पर कि मैं आंकड़ा बदलूंगा नहीं। जो लक्ष्य हमने तय किया है 2024 में वो प्राप्त करेंगे। डोमेस्टिक टूरिस्ट को नहीं संभाल पा रहे हैं, तो कल के दिन जब विदेशी पर्यटक आएगा तब हम क्या करेंगे, ये चुनौती देश के सामने है, मैं स्वीकार करता हूँ। एक तरफ वो इंडस्ट्री है, वो महानगर है, वो प्रदेश है जो कोरोना के कारण खड़े नहीं हो पा रहे हैं। उनका कष्ट अलग है, उनकी चुनौतियां अलग हैं। लेकिन जो चीज़ जहां पर कोरोना नहीं है और डोमेस्टिक टूरिज्म के कारण सैचुरेशन है, वहां पर अगर विदेशी पर्यटक आएगा तो क्या हम संभाल पाएंगे, ये तो चुनौती अलग है। उसकी तैयारियां भी सरकार कर रही है।
While participating in the discussion on the working of tourism ministry, opposition members demanded adequate steps to pull out the sector from the crisis, as it has been the worst hit due to the pandemic. Members urged the government to initiate measures to get the tourism industry back on track. Initiating the discussion, TRS member Suresh Reddy said that this sector has witnessed a major setback due to the pandemic and lakhs of jobs have also been lost. Members cutting across party lines also took part in the discussion. Let's listen in.
Niti Aayog has suggested foreign tourists, which are at only 1.23%, may be increased to 3%. You are spending 80 crores on promotion, but Niti Aayog says the staff is not fully equipped adequately to really support the promotion. So that has to be looked into, sir.
कोविड बीता है, पूरा संसार इससे परेशान हो गया था, लेकिन उसके बावजूद भी पूरे सदन को इस बात की सराहना करनी चाहिए कि आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जिस प्रकार से त्वरित गति से कार्यवाही किया कि आज भारत उससे उबर चुका है और दूसरे देशों से भी लोग वहां अपने को कोविड से भी बचाने के लिए भारत आकर करके टूरिज्म को बढ़ावा दे रहे हैं। यह हमारी सबसे बड़ी उपलब्धि है।
Government has announced some new scheme. Some of them are under the review of the Prime Minister office itself, the important programs. The example, sir, Swadesh Darshan scheme sanctioned 76 projects in 2014 and 15, but till now only 9 projects have been completed. Another 67 projects are still pending.
Increased allocation to tourism infrastructure that one honorable member was talking about, though encouraging, is not enough. It's not even 1,000 crore. we need substantially more than that.
Request the state government to involve the state governments in the promotion of tourism. And one more thing we have to do is to involve our external affairs ministry, and all our embassies the world over should have pamphlets on the tourist spots of this country.
लोग विदेश से आते थे कश्मीर को देखने के लिए. अनफॉर्चुनेटली वक्त ऐसा है कि विदेशी टूरिस्ट नहीं आते हैं. अभी धीरे धीरे डोमेस्टिक टूरिस्ट आने शुरू किए हैं. इस बात को हमें ठीक करना होगा. इस इमेज को, जो इमेज की वहाँ हमारी जान को ख़तरा है, वहाँ सिक्योरिटी नहीं है, उसको हमें बहुत ही अग्रेसिवली ठीक करना होगा.
Need for coordination between states and centers for development of tourism post-COVID. And the 10th and last point they wish to say is conferring an official status of industry to the tourism sector, because they are not taken otherwise seriously.
Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs V. Muralidharan made a statement regarding government business in the House for next week. Crucial bills pending in Rajya Sabha and bills passed by the Lok Sabha are slated to be taken up. Besides, the upper house will also consider and return the appropriation bills.
Consideration of any items of government business carried over from today's order paper. It contains discussions on the working of the following ministries, that is tourism, food processing industries, agriculture and farmers welfare, and to rural development and tribal affairs. Second, consideration return of the appropriation bills relating to following demands as passed by Lok Sabha. Demands for grants 2021-22 and supplementary demands for grants for 2020-21. 3. General discussion on the budget for the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir for the year 21-22. General discussion on the budget for the Union Territory of Puducherry for the year 21-22. Consideration and return of the following appropriation bills as passed by Lok Sabha.
Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman provided clarity on import duty and GST levied on medicines for spinal muscular atrophy. She denied the taxes levied on these medicines run in crores, as claimed earlier by Congress MP Vivek Tankha. The issue was raised by the Congress Member of Parliament earlier this week during Zero Hour.
I would like to apprise the House that assessment made by Honourable MP regarding the tax component may not be right. All life-saving drugs imported for personal use are exempt from basic customs duty, either unconditionally for specified medicines or subject to a certificate to be issued. Import of stated medicine for personal use for treatment of spinal muscular atrophy is entitled to this concession. However, such life-saving medicines attract GST rate of 5%, which comes to about 80 lakhs in this case. GST rates are prescribed on the recommendation of the GST Council. The Council has vested in the Union Finance Minister a power to grant ad hoc exemption on case-to-case basis in the circumstances of exceptional nature. In exercise of this power, ad hoc exemptions from IGST has been allowed for such imports on a case-to-case basis.
Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu made an important appeal to the members for enhancing the productivity and efficiency of the House. He asked the members to confine to the subject matter of zero-hour submissions. He stressed that allegations and counter-allegations made by any side fail to address the real issues. The chairman also clarified on the premise of admissibility of the notices of zero hour and denounced the action of defying the chair or making running commentary in the House without the chair's permission.
I only suggest to the members, please see to it that your issues, zero-hour issues, are issues of a larger public interest and then current in nature and also on a specific issue. The second one is that we have seen today also in an area, some members tend to drag governments and then make criticism and all. What I am saying is, you can definitely refer to an incident, but making allegation against state government which is not here to defend, against even central government because we have not given to particular minister or concerned to respond here, is not going to serve any problem. And the third issue I would like to tell the members is, some members are developing a habit of making running commentary while sitting. That also is not going to serve any problem. Any solution can be found only if you bring it through proper system to the notice of the chairman. And chairman, if he thinks it fit, it is appropriate to accept that, permission will be given.
And amid rising cases of COVID-19 in the country, the chairman also appealed to all MPs to follow strict COVID-19 protocols while interacting with people. Listen.
In view of the reports coming from certain states that this virus pandemic is spreading, so I only appeal to all the members of parliament who are here, who are there in their respective fields, to be extra careful. I know that you are all public representatives, you can't live in isolation. But at the same time, while dealing with people, meeting them, or going to the constituency or areas, be careful, follow strictly the advice given by the Health Ministry and Home Ministry, central government, as well as the guidelines issued by the state governments concerned from time to time, and see to it that they are implemented.
During question hour, member Subhash Chandra raised questions regarding safety and livelihood of fishermen, while leader of opposition Mallikarjun Kharge said there was a proposal to merge 3 divisions of Gulbarga in Karnataka, to which Union Minister Piyush Goyal said that the issue will be discussed in detail with him.
In Andhra Pradesh alone, there are lakhs of such families who survive on fishing and doing it from generations. May I know from the Honorable Minister the steps taken to increase the income of the fishermen?
देश के अंदर में समुद्री तट जो 8000 किलोमीटर का समुद्री तट है, उसमें लगभग 46,000 हेक्टर से ज्यादा अस्थिर पानी को चिन्हित किया है। उसमें केज कल्चर के माध्यम से ये पहला किया है। दूसरा किया है कि अब डिवाइस दें, टेक्नोलॉजी से जोड़ें, और जितने हार्बर हैं उनको हम एंड टू एंड सॉल्यूशन से, जिससे उनके पोस्ट हार्वेस्ट का भी हो, डिवाइस देने से ये होगा, नेविगेशन से ये होगा कि उनको पहले मालूम होगा कि आगे कोई खतरा तो नहीं आ रहा है।
कई ऐसे प्रपोजल्स देश भर में अलग अलग जगह से आते हैं नए डिविजन्स बनाने के लिए। जोनल जनरल मैनेजर्स उसको रेलवे बोर्ड को भेजते हैं और फिर रेलवे बोर्ड की जिम्मेदारी है कि वो उसके ऊपर पूरी होलिस्टिक व्यू ले, ऑल इंडिया पर्सपेक्टिव से व्यू ले। आखिर जोनल जनरल मैनेजर एक जोन के जीएम थे। गुलबर्गा डिवीजन जैसे माननीय एलओपी खुद कह रहे हैं वो 3 अलग अलग डिविजन्स को रिपोर्ट करता था। तो पूरी चीज़ को चारों दिशाओं में क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा, ये सब स्टडी करने की दायित्व रेलवे बोर्ड का रहता है।
And that's it from us in this bulletin. Thank you for your time.